I'm Lorraine, welcome to today's Lorraine's channel. Today I'm gonna share with you some of my impression about Poland. So if you've been following my channel and keep watching my video, you'll probably realize that I had a lot of vlog about Polish cities. So yeah, that's true, I stayed there for a month and a half, almost 6 weeks. I think that's a pretty long travel for me, a quite long holiday. So we traveled to a lot of cities, me and my boyfriend, and I realized Poland is not a country that I imagined. So my first impression is about the buildings and roads. Because I'm based in London right now, and if you also live in London, and you probably notice all the roads here are very narrow, and you can find a lot of old style Victorian buildings and all the other buildings from very long time ago. But actually, Poland, we landed in Warsaw. It reminded me a lot of my hometown, and it looks very similar. And I've been telling this to a lot of my friends, and I've been telling them why it looks familiar. I think most of the reason is the roads are much wider and the buildings are much taller. So I think that's my first impression. I talked to my boyfriend about the history of Warsaw, and it's such a poor city. It got destroyed by war again and again and again and again. So not a lot of old stuff was kept, so most of the stuff were newly built. But that made the city very new and modern, and a lot of things are actually very easy for people to use. So we traveled to a lot of cities. We landed in Warsaw, and we go to Kraków, Wrocław, and also a small town called Lorraine is on the peninsula on the north side of Poland. That's such a lovely little village with the sea literally 2 minutes away from your place, and no matter where you live on the peninsula. And in my impression, the cities are very clean, and people seem to have their own way of living there. That's probably like a joke. The first thing I learned in London is to jaywalk. It's like when you see there's no car, and even if the light is still red, you kind of just go through it. But in Poland, people are really following all the traffic rules. They ask you, oh, please stop, and you stop, and they will only cross the street when the lights are green. That actually surprised me, because I got used to jaywalking. So, wow, but I really think it's a good thing. And in general, I feel like people get their way of living there. So they don't really need to rush to somewhere. They plan their time, they plan their life. So I guess they just don't need to jaywalk. As what happened in a lot of cities, it's impossible to park in the city center. However, I think I saw a lot of construction sites where you can see the government are actually working on some of those projects for parking lot, for new shopping malls, for new buildings. So in general, you can feel the city is moving to a good direction. And second, it's about the people there. Wow, the people there, they're simply just awesome. Because we went to a lot of restaurants, I have a Polish speaking guy with me, so it kind of like language won't be the problem for us. I definitely don't look like a Polish girl, so people will recognize you as your foreigner, but they don't really treat you so much differently, and people just simply offer me seats on the bus. I don't understand why though, my boyfriend doesn't. I don't really look like pregnant, and I don't know why, but people just offer me seats. I assume maybe they just want to impress me with the good impression of Polish people. And whenever we need to ask for direction or the way to somewhere, people are just very helpful and they are very nice. So I definitely recommend the people there. And third, which is my favorite, is the food there. I never really tried very legit Polish food before, but this time it really blew up my mind. So many foods, so many good sausages, so many good pastries. They're just simply awesome and amazing, and with much lower price than whatever you can get in London. The price is half, even less, 1/3 of the price. But the food quality you can get there is one of the best. It's top of notch. And I still remember the first night when we land, my boyfriend's mom gave us some fresh fruits, I think raspberry and blueberries, and that's the first time I realized raspberry should taste like that instead of the one we get from any of the supermarket in London. It just tastes simply different, And like most of the fruits there are organic. They are basically picked up from the local farms or maybe the farmlands near the city, but most of them are just simply healthy, cheap, delicious. We tried so many for me, it's really exotic food, and simply I love them. There's a soup called żulek. There's white sausage, there's the rye bread, sour juice, something like that. It may not sound like the most delicious food you've ever heard before, but I can guarantee you it's the best. So let me know if you like that as well, or is there any Polish food you like. We got like 40 bags of instant soup with us back from Poland. I like to try them all. In that country, there's simply so many soup, like beetroot, żulek, mushrooms, potato, carrots, veggies, chicken, everything. Like the starter was so common with soup. So in conclusion, we carried like 40 kilograms, 2 boxes with us back to London with all the food we can get there. So in conclusion, I love the food there. After my Polish trip, I've been recommending that to all of my friends, all of my colleagues, anybody I know. In my stereotype, Poland might still be like one of those Eastern European countries, and I simply just don't know about their country that much. And I think it would be very nice if like you could pay a visit there, stay for a few days, and that would be the best if you know any people who can actually speak Polish. They can show you so many local restaurants, they can show you so many legit food and like the places to go, the bars, the pubs, everywhere, and you may find that country is really lovely to visit. And we also went to a little village called Jurata. So if you don't know about the city, have a look on my vlog. I could literally recommend that over Maldives or any other great beaches. And they're simply just quiet. There are not a lot of people there. The food there a bit pricey, but more like Warsaw price instead of London price, of course. The accommodation there is also relatively cheap, and it's just simply amazing. You can walk to everywhere you want. The supermarket is just nearby, and I can simply just spend days just sitting on the white beach and read my book and do nothing. Tell me in the comments below about what you like or what you don't like about the country. Let's have a look of what the other people's ideas. So that's all for today. I will see you guys next time. Bye!